want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Rawchaa, Qadash. Double honors to our teachers, the apostles, and elders of Great Millstone. And much respect to the brothers laboring worldwide in truth and sincerity. Salutations and blessings to the hopeful elect, believing on the words of Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashi. Yeah, perilous times. We are definitely in those times, man.
Surrounding the 400 block of 9th Street West is residential. So we're hoping that if anyone saw anything, heard anything, or captured what happened on their surveillance footage, we want you to know that you can remain anonymous by reaching out to Crime Stoppers. And also, if your house caught anything on your surveillance cameras, you can submit that to Crime Stoppers and receive a cash reward the same manner you would if someone called in a verbal tip. So again, if one of the houses caught anything that happened this afternoon, you can submit that video to Crime Stoppers and you can get paid cash just as you would if you called in a verbal tip.
This is literally 5 minutes down the road from where we just had a homicide an hour before this. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, immediately it's heartbreaking because each and every day we get to meet so many good people in Birmingham, and here you have a situation where you have two men that have lost their life in our city probably within minutes from one another when you start going back and looking at the times these were dispatched. And also I think it just speaks to what our patrol officers and detectives go through each and every day. Here you have two homicides in the same precinct within minutes from one another. So it just speaks to the character of our officers. They do this each and every day and they answer that call.
What's this say about, I mean, it's another deadly day. Or not the least. I mean, what is it going to take?
I think Councilor Tate said it best in her conference today. Violence in our city is an epidemic. And until we as an entire community stand up against violence, you're going to continue to see these bold acts take place. This is the third homicide this week that has taken place in broad daylight. Again, this is the third homicide this week that has taken place in broad daylight. We go back to Titusville. That happened in broad daylight. We just had the incident at...
All right. Found the article. One in custody after deadly shooting on Bessemer Road in Birmingham. Okay. And this happening, in my city, man. A lot of people getting put to death nowadays. And at this particular area, the brothers, the younger brothers, before they were able to move over, into the main camp, taught here, just across the street in the shopping center. When I first knew about the gospel, I would teach there, where it shows you, man, everything is on a steady decline and we are definitely in those perilous times. It says the Birmingham Police Department said it responded to a homicide on the 22nd block of Bessemer Road Friday afternoon. Police officers arrived and found a man unresponsive in the parking lot of 5 Points West Food Mart. Birmingham Fire and Rescue said the man was pronounced dead at the scene. Again, these things, as that officer said, are happening in broad daylight, man. It's almost like the OK Corral out here, man. Yeah, to be circumspect, man. What is that? Ephesians chapter 5. And verse 15. It says, "See then that ye walk circumspectly not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil, right? It's nothing but perilous times out here, man. All hell's breaking loose. Essentially, the cops are not able to police the people, you know. I seen a video I say about a couple months ago where the PD of Birmingham is more than 300 people short of the people that they need to properly serve and so-called protect, man. And that same officer you seen in the opening clip said it's just not a Birmingham thing. It's something worldwide as far as the country of the United States, man. Officers are quitting their jobs at an all-time high, you know. You even got certain police saying they won't be doing police work from periods of time, man, where your 911 calls will not be answered. Well, guess what, man? We are in those evil days, okay? And it's only going to intensify. It's only going to get worse. It says, wherefore, be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is, right? Ultimately, the will of the Lord is to bring this place to its knees, man. You know, by a series of plagues, you know, in effort to push forth Jacob's trouble, man. You know, and ultimately to shoot those ICBM missiles. All right, let's go to Timothy. First Timothy. It's a lot. 2 Timothy chapter 3. This is 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 1. Know this also, that in the last days perilous times shall come, right? We're in those last days, okay? And that word perilous goes into hard to do, to bear, to take. These are the times we're in. People are not being able to eat, you know? The jobs that they have are not being able to sustain them. And now people are just losing it. Oh, that's part of the love of many waxing cold. Let's get that. We're going to come back. Hey, a sign that our Lord Yahawashi said to look for. Right? Matthew chapter 24 and verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Right? This place is lawless. Why? Because the one who's in power is lawless. And that creates a certain mindset of the people. Again, 3 broad daylight shootings, man, in a span of a couple of days. The last 2 was in the span of a couple of hours, man. You see? So since there is no law, iniquity is abounding. Let's read this in the NLT. It says, sin will be rampant everywhere, and the love of many will grow cold. See that? Hey, as in the days of Noah. What is that? The book of Genesis? Let's get that. That's why our Lord made an effort to mention the days of Noah. They were eating and how does it go? Marrying and giving in marriage. You know? Genesis chapter 6. And let's start at verse 5. And the powers saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. See that? Well, we're back in those same times. You know? You have a thought to put somebody to death in a broad daylight setting where there's plenty of witnesses. And that's evil continually. It says, and it repented the Lord that he had made man on the earth. And it grieved him and it grieved him at his heart. And the Lord said, I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast, and the creeping thing, and the fowls of the air, for it repenteth me that I have made them. Right. Because wickedness extended to the animals, man. Hey, it's the same way in this time. You have scriptures tell us that the Lord's going to cut off man and beast from here in America, Babylon the Great. See, the only thing or the only ones that's going to survive this coming nuclear fire is going to be the elect going up in the chariots, man. The ones who understand what the will of the Lord really is. Back in 2 Timothy chapter 3. So you see the love of many waxing cold, because iniquity is abounding. And iniquity is abounding because of who's in power, the lawless man, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 1. Know this also, that in the last days perilous times shall come. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud. Hey, we in fucking pride month, man. You see? Blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, right? Unholy, man. They part of the world. They're not separate. They're not set apart. They're not sanctified. It says without natural affection, and that's a pure symptom that we just seen through that video in the first portion of that article. It says without natural affection. Okay? People ain't giving a fuck. Again, the love of many waxing cold. It says false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good, right? That's why we get the emails, you know, or the people shouting out, talking shit, riding by, because they despise of those that are good. And we're not saying we're good, you know, but the gospel that we're pushing forth is good, man. Okay? It says traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasure more than lovers of the Most High. See that? And that's why you're going to, these people are going to be taken at a bad time, man. You know? When they come up upon them suddenly. Again, these are symptoms of the kingdom of heaven being established, man. Hey, it's going to get way worse. This is nothing, you know. This is really light work to Yahawashi, man. But it shows you what time we in, man. Okay? Now, I want to jump down a bit in this article. Look at that. Man shoots, kills sister after opening fire at gas station. Crowd, police. Gardendale police seek public help to help identify theft subject. You see? Coroner identifies 3-year-old found dead in car. See that? Hey, man, it's only going to get worse. It's not going to get any better, man. Okay? And that's understanding what the will of the Lord is. You're not hoping this place get any better. In fact, you're hoping for the will of the Lord to prevail, man. Why? Because you are captive exile, hastening that you may be loose. But yeah, that's going to be it for the lesson. Lord willing, it's been edifying. Want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahashim, Yahawashi, Bahashim, Rawchaa, Qadash. Double honors to our teachers, the apostles, and elders of Great Millstone.